Simply varying volume, varying tone, varying stress, varying your pausing makes your voice sound much more interesting, and it hooks the viewer, it hooks the listener. So we're looking to see the extent to which you can insert the smile. Again, remember some techniques about the energy, the enthusiasm that you can invoke, as it were, in your voice. I'm going to ask Sonia to put a little script in the chat, and please, I need a volunteer. Right, it is in the chat. I have extracted it. Excellent. I extracted that from an interview from one of your colleagues. So it starts with appeals. Okay, may I get a volunteer? Someone to read this? Okay, so we have Chief Magistrate McLennan. We want to do this bit of reading, and we want to infuse the reading with energy, with enthusiasm. We want to smile so that we can pick up the difference. Varying, so we'll vary the pitch, we'll vary the stress or the weight we put on some of the words, and our pacing, the speed with which we're delivering, and of course our pausing. Let's see. Okay, but Magistrate McLennan.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Okay, I'm going to give it a try.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Would you care to put on your camera?
Okay. You're seeing me?
I'll tell you in a bit. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you have the little paragraph there or so. So we're looking for the enthusiasm, energy, variation, etc. Ready?
Good afternoon, all. I'm pleased to let you know that appeals from decisions of the Magistrates Court to the Supreme Court are pivotal in the administration of justice. When a person knows that if they are dissatisfied with a decision of a magistrate and they can appeal to a higher court, this inspires confidence in the justice system and the rule of law. It is therefore very important that all citizens have access to an appeal process that is simple, cost-effective, and user-friendly.
Thank you very much. Did you feel as if you were running out of breath? Keep on the camera, please. Did you feel as if you were running out of breath?
Yes, in a way, maybe I should have gone slower, yes.
Right, and some breathing techniques that you will touch on. I heard it, right? And pausing too, because pauses will help us get a half breath to go for the next word cluster. Good. Stay right there open, keep the camera on. Just let me get one feedback from one of your colleagues. Did we get the smile? Did we get the variation? Did we get the energy and enthusiasm? Quickly, feedback for your colleague.
Enthusiasm and energy was definitely there.
Right.
Yeah, and I think she stressed on the important words. Very
important. That's
stressed
right.
on the keywords.
That's
right. She has the pauses at the end.
Good. And the smiling, huh?
I love the smile. If she could have done it a little more.
Right? And if you close your eyes, which I tend to do, and listen, you'll pick up the smile also. And that's so very important for us. Right? Great. So we're getting it? Are we seeing the difference it makes? Justice Rajnath, are we seeing the difference? Are we hearing the difference in the delivery?
Oh, yes, yes. Very much so. And, you know, it's not easy to read something that somebody writes for you. So I thought it was a great job.
True, and that's something I need to share with you all. I mean, everybody was talking about it en passant, that plain language really is a global approach to business writing, and just judgments and so on are included in the plain language global movement. So I rewrote this in plain language. So when you are writing and when you're reading what what someone else has written for you, ensure it's in plain language. It makes it easier to read. Plain language meaning is a conversational style. So thank you so very much. That was a good start. Let's continue.
I would just like to make a comment if I'm allowed to.
Yes, please.
At this point, something that I have found, and I think this will help me, is sometimes you write a decision, and when you read it over orally and you listen to yourself, you realize that, look, some of these words I really have to change because of your audience and because of how it's flowing. Sometimes it's disjuncted, but when you speak it out loud, it's different from if you were just to write it and you didn't have to make an oral presentation.
That is a technique we use. It's a powerful technique we use to convert written text into oral text, to speak it out, to have a conversation or pretend there's somebody next to you. And if it is tilted to your ear, you realize now you've got to change it and use some keywords that are more conversational. That's spot on. That is an important technique.
Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. No, just saying, just yesterday, I was reading a judgment. I was about to read a judgment and I was not feeling very well. So I said to my clerk, better I let the recording read back the judgment. And when counsel came on, I decided against it. I told my clerk, no, that lady on the computer, she's too boring. So I went ahead and I read it myself.
Yeah, well, I like how you put it, you know. Okay, she's too boring.
Yeah.
And you know, when you break that down, what we mean is really, it's monotonal.
Yes, exactly.
It's not conversational. There is no smile, there is no energy, there is no enthusiasm. And those are, when you break it down, what are the skills that are there and that are not there? And that is what contributes to the monotonality, the boringness of the presentation. That's an excellent example. Thank you for sharing.